Alright guys, we have today's third, yes, and final video for today, because my brother's going to be home soon, and I only record by myself. Today we got some Dream Theater content, and then some more Metallica content. So we're going to start with Dream Theater albums ranked. Now, a couple months ago I listened to all the albums, and wow, it was great. Now listen, I looked at this list about a week ago. I'm pretty sure I had some fan favorites pretty low, and some of the more overrated albums pretty high. This video should just be called How Mad Can We Make Ben, like especially on this one. Oh. So anyway, Dream Theater albums ranked. Oh, hang on. Alright, there we go. Probably not my pick for their worst album. I'd probably have to go with... probably Falling to Infinity, actually. I did not like the sound they were going for on that album at all. Anyway, no ifs and no buts about it. When Dream and Day unite, the runt of Dream Theater's... is the runt of Dream Theater's discography. I actually think it's quite decent. It sounds like old prog rock, like Rush or something like that. I thought the sound they were going for was quite well. I've noticed that Charlie Dominici, that's the one, he gets a little flack for being their first vocalist, and I actually quite like it. So what else do we have? Okay. There we go. Falling into Infinity. That would be my number 13. Oh, so this would have been before their newest album came out. Okay. Dream Theater succumbed to record company on their fourth album, Falling to Infinity, and could hardly be recognised by their own fans. Or to put it less diplomatically, the band agreed to sell out and yes, they did. I do not like this album. The song, what's it called? Lines in the Sand, that's actually pretty decent, and how it bleeds onto the next track. Besides that, I did not care for this album at all. This is what most people seem to put at the bottom, because they say it's way too long. Agreed. The concept of the album, so like the story of it, in case you didn't know what that means, is pretty weird. You know, it's about aliens taking over the world, wanting to kill everyone. And a lot of the songs sound pretty samey, you know. And the music just feels dumbed down compared to the rest of their catalogue too. Like, it's both ballads, the solos aren't quite as good, the riffs are not as memorable. A lot of the songs sound pretty similar. The songs even sound like stuff out of musicals. Like, a couple of my friends has tried to get me to sit through musicals, and I just can't. So that's another big flaw I have with this album. The ambition is there, just not quite the music. 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. Okay, this is home to my favourite Dream Theater song. Okay, spoilers for when I finally do top Dream Theater songs. And that is The Glass Prison. That song is ridiculous from start to finish. I love it. And the rest of the album's got some good songs on it. It's got the 42-minute epic, which is the entirety of Disc 2, I believe. 6 Degrees of Inner Turbulence. The song Misunderstood is really good. It's like kind of like a ballad, and then it switches between being really heavy and back to a ballad. That's a cool song. Oh, what else is on there? That's pretty much all I remember. I remember it being a pretty solid album, actually, that I would have probably put at about 5 or 6 on my list, maybe? Black Clouds with Silver Linings? One of the band's most inconsistent releases. So what, they had Songs like Wither and A Rite of Passage that don't even really sound like them. It's got the Count of Tuscany on it. That song is amazing. Did I mention it? Why, even the album's Piso de Resistance, the 20-minute long The Count of Tuscany, mingled brilliant moments with boring passages behind a frankly wacky subject? Okay, maybe the lyrics are a little bit lame at parts, but what? Mingled brilliant moments with boring passages. The first 5 minutes of that song, maybe the best intro to any song. How it's got like the acoustic guitar, then it has the electric guitar. Oh, I'm getting shivers from it right now, you know. And then the synths and the fake choir. It goes back to the acoustic and the drum start. Oh, it's amazing. Anyway, Octavarium this slow. There's only 2 songs. Do they even have a description? Okay, spoilers for what's next, I suppose. Octavarium, though. Actually, this might be something similar to where I put it. The title track. Wow. Like, it's one of their only long songs that feels extremely consistent the whole way through. So to put it this... Oh, Panic Attack? I could not have named that song better. Like, it's so fast and aggressive, just like a Panic Attack would be. And a good chunk of that song is in 5/8, which is a really uncomfortable time signature, which only makes that theme even better. The rest of the album is decent. Those are the only 2 songs I really come back to, though. Dramatic Turn of Events. Now, this seems to be their most divisive album. A lot of Dream Theater fans really hate it. A good chunk of the fans seem to think it's a middle of the road album, just like Loudwire clearly do. It's at number 7. The song On the Backs of Angels, though, that song is so good. It's probably my top 15, maybe top 10 Dream Theater songs. I don't know, that's a very hard list to make. The rest of the album, They kind of just sound like they're trying to be a new metal band at times. Like this one, Build Me Up, Break Me Down. That sounds like a song that Korn would do. Only, of course, Dream Theater play a lot faster than Korn. Like, if you put out that song on YouTube and put it to maybe 0.5, 0.75, probably sound pretty similar to something that Korn would write. Anyway. Really, guys? Now, I think that this... Here we go. I think this is head and shoulders better than literally anything they've ever done. That's how much I like Metropolis Part 2. And you go to put it at number 6? Bro, let me just bring up the track list. Alright. Hang on. Okay, let's see. Regression. That's a song where they're just talking the whole time. That it gets you into the concept really well. Because remember, this is another concept album. Although if you're just listening for the music and not the story, obviously you can skip straight over it. These songs, bro. The way that they play with each other's riffs, verses and choruses, and the solos on both songs. If you combine those two, you get a brilliant 9-minute song, which is probably like my 4th favourite Dream Theater song. Anyway, Through My Words. That's one of the ballads, isn't it? Don't care for that. Fatal Tragedy. God damn it. That's another ballad, so... And where are we? Don't really care for that. Beyond This Life. Need to revisit that one. Through Our Eyes, that's not a ballad. Home. First 5 minutes of that song alone. Amazing. That sounds like something that could have been on the movie Aladdin. Can you imagine that? Dance of Eternity. This song's got like 190 time signature changes. And it's got like this bit in the middle where it sounds like a western song. Then it pulls you straight back into a guitar solo. It's freaking ridiculous, bro. One last time. That's not a ballad, isn't it? Yeah. Spirit Carries On. That's not a ballad, although I actually quite like it. Oh, I'm finally free. That's how you end the album. Wraps it all up in a nice little bow, so you can chuck it under your Christmas tree. And the bit at the end, where it's Nicholas walking outside and it's raining, and then he gets shot. What does the guy say? Oh, he's like, "Open your eyes, Nicholas," and then he's like, "Ah!" Oh, that's so funny. I love it. And I just love this album. It's probably a second or third favourite album of all time. And you mother assholes put it at 6. Anyway. The self-titled this high? This is like bottom 2 or 3 for me. The Enemy Inside, that is a really good song. It's probably in my top 10 Dream Theater songs. And Illumination Theory, that song's got like a full orchestra in the middle. So good. Oh, it does have like 4 minutes of silence. We don't really need that. You could have cut this down to like a 17-minute song, not a 23-minute song. And then the rest is just like ballads and stuff. Alright, what's number 4? Systematic Chaos. Okay, this is actually another pretty divisive album by the band. Much like Dramatic Turn of Events. A lot of people think it's like bottom 3 Dream Theater albums, which I do not understand at all. A lot think it's kind of middle of the road. Like, you know, it's got maybe 4 decent songs on it. I fall into the category who think it's top 3. This album is great. The opening track, In the Presence of Enemies, that song is 9.5 minutes long, and it feels like it's wasting pretty much no time. And the finale, which is part 2 of course, it's this really kind of spooky song. And there's this cut on YouTube where it's both of them put together. Amazing. Oh, what else? Constant Motion. Amazing as well. What else is there? The Dark Eternal Night. That's probably one of the heaviest songs too. God damn. What else? Forsaken. A nice kind of ballady song. The piano at the start. And the chorus and the music video. Wow. And then I put it number 3. Train of Thought. Another extremely divisive Dream Theater album. Like, a lot of people say it's like they're just trying to be nu metal wannabes. I can understand that. This is actually probably where I'd put it. Number 3, maybe number 2. I love this album way more than the rest of the community, let me tell you that. One of They Father? That was my 3rd favourite Dream Theater song. As I Am. Amazing. Stream of Consciousness. Even if I do only like this first 6 minutes, because after that comes a jam session. Oh, it does bring you back at the end. Stream of Consciousness behind Overture 1928 is, I think, their best instrumental. It's like this close. The reason why I slightly prefer Overture is because, of course, it's way more cut down. if Stream of Consciousness wasn't just like a 4-minute jam session at the end, it'd be no question my favourite instrumental by them. Although, it's that 4-minute jam session. Yeah, hang on, what's that one called? The name of God, that is as well. Oh, and As I Am? That song is literally a middle finger to the people who criticise them. That's awesome. Alright, what's the number 2? Awake. I've only listened to this album once, and I was doing a test during my learning, so can't really comment on it because I wasn't paying that much attention. The song of Rotomania though, that song has no 4/4 in it pretty much the whole way if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to bring up a tab in a second. That's impressive. And all the weird timings in that song. It's like this cover where they did it on toy instruments on YouTube as well. That video is awesome. You should absolutely find it. Which leaves us, it's called Images and Words. I honestly think that this album is pretty overrated. Like most people, like most Dream Theater fans, are like, this album's the best thing ever. I'm like, no, it's got like 2 or 3 amazing songs on it, and then the rest is. I've listened to this album right through like 4 times, so I've kind of already got everything there is out of it. Metropolis Part 2 though? Part 1 rather? That goes back and forth with Glass Prison for my favourite Dream Theater song. That song is ridiculous. Every time I listen to it, I find like a little bit more what I like about it. And it's 9.5 minutes long, and like I said about the In the Presence of Enemies, it doesn't feel like it's wasting any time. It is amazing, that song. And the intro, that's probably their best intro. I said that about The Count of Tuscany. Yeah. I think Metropolis Part 1, that's got a better intro. How it's got like the sleigh bells and all Christmas joke now. And the synth comes in and then the guitar and the drum is just going like the guitar with all the delay on it. And the bass just slightly going dum 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 dum. Amazing. Pull Me Under, that's the song that got them big. Just gotta have them, gotta respect them for that. Might I add, this is a massive jump up from When Dream and Day Unite. It's like if Metallica followed up, what's it called? Load with Master of Puppets. It just gets ridiculously better. Anyway, as I said, I do think this album's a bit overrated. It's good. I just think it's overrated. Right, now the second list. This is where things get even more interesting. Every Metallica song ranked. Oh, I'm going to need to change that layout for this one. Alright, now the face cam is really big. Every Metallica song ranked. That's a big task. Loudwire, goddamn, you really dropped the ball on this one. Like, if you thought the Dream Theater one was bad, wait till you look at this. Every Metallica song ranked, and we've got this really cheesy picture of them. Now let's get this over with. Now, I already remember what's in last place. Suicide and Redemption. What do they even say about it? The greatest achievement of Death Magnetic was that it re-established Metallica as proud members of the metal fraternity, but also conclusively exposed the band's ongoing inability to edit their own material. A what? Flatulent and direction. What do you mean there's no build-up? The dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That riff has got so much tension behind it. Then when the lead starts coming in and it's on the low frets, and how it just blast you into that solo, which was performed by Hetfield, might I point out, not Kirk. Then of course the wah kicks in and that's good. Anyway, instrumental that seems to last a full decade. Sure, it's 10 minutes long. The only part that I say is valid to just take out and trim back a little bit is the last 2-ish minutes. Besides that, love this instrumental. Alright, what I've got? Lords of Summer single. I haven't actually heard that, so no comment from me. Don't Tread on Me. I suppose a lot of people do find that song pretty corny. God, not being lying. Wolfman Man, isn't that the one I was just listening to before? Again, the lyrics are kind of... It's hard to pull off a song about wolves. Yeah. Oh, it actually makes me... They put a song for Injustice that low? Oh, which one is it? For hunting, but lyrics like shapeshift, noise to the wind, shapeshift, feeling I've been more swift, all of that. Kind of new agey. These people really don't like Metallica's style changes, do they? Wow. Okay, what's next? Isn't that the one I just listened to earlier today and was like... Come on. There's something gloriously effortless about the way. Is unlikely to be bit. Most Metallica fans call that like top 3 of the album, top 5 even. This is the other song that I really love off Death Magnetic. This song is... Again, they do kind of lose themselves at the end. Because there's a whole section where Kirk is playing the diminished chords and then the rhythm is just going like... And it's like... The first like 5-ish minutes though, really good. Fuel? Again, a lot of people find it cheesy, people find it overplayed, people find it to be like a generic rock, metal-ish kind of song. I'm one of the people who loves it. Most Metallica fans do, unless they're a stuck-up elitist, let's be frank. I haven't heard that one in ages. I remember that being a decent song. Shooting there, no comment. Purify. Oof. That song, they just need to dial it back. It sounds like a freaking Slipknot song, that song. Because it's just like the whole time. Sometimes when Metallica do an extremely angry song, it works, like Damage Inc., which I believe they put at number 1. Or, can you guys hear dogs? Never mind. What was I saying? I don't even remember now. Anyway. Prince Charming. Can't comment on that one. The Unnamed Feeling. Behind Frantic, I think this is the best song on Saint Anger. Again, it's a song that's definitely a bit too long for its own good. Although this song, it's got a lot of feeling behind it. Because it's all about like depression and all that. I don't know, I like this song. A lot of people don't. Okay. What's next? Sweet Amber. Okay, take it back. Sweet Amber is my second favourite song on Saint Anger. This is a good song. The main riff, again, people find it cheesy. I actually really like it. It sounds bluesy. Also sounds right at home in metal as well. Oh, and a bit of like 2 minutes and 50 seconds where it's pretty much the main riff just really high up. And it's got the drums in the background like... It sounds like one, bro. Anyway. Bad Seed, can't comment. I think I've just listened to that. It had its moments. Again, just like every damn song on Saint Anger, minus maybe Frantic, way too long. No Frantic's definitely a bit too long as well. Anyway, The Unforgiven 3. Definitely worse than the 3 Unforgiven songs. It's okay. Slither, no comment. Hardwired. Now in my song ranking I said that half the album is amazing and the other half is just garbage. This is one of those songs that I say is garbage. Because the choruses are bad. Am I savage? This is probably like bottom 5 Metallica songs actually. I do not like it. The breakdown that they try at the end, that's actually pretty cool. And the solo with like all the whammy on it. Because what else are you supposed to play over a song that's a solo that's the chromatic scale? Anyway, My World, that's what one wants to just listen to earlier, isn't it? Chorus is pretty annoying. That's pretty much all I remember about it. But no comment. Oh, Invisible Kid. Ugh. This probably would be my worst Metallica song. It's like 3 minutes too long. I was listening to this at school as well, and I was just like, all 8 minutes. Oh, something like that. I don't remember that one. Don't remember it. Don't even. Not very good. Here comes. That's actually a decent one. Don't really remember what it sounds like. I just remember kind of liking it. The Unforgiven 2. The Unforgiven 2 is amazing. Granted, not quite as good as the first. The first is like up here and the second one is here. The third one is kind of off camera a little bit. Oh, just that verse melody in the intro. Anyway. Through the Never. That's one of the best songs on the Black Note. Just the way that he says Through the Never is. The main riff, the tempo of that song. So good. Anyway. I listened to that one before. That was. No comment. It's a decent song. I have to play it for school next year, actually. Again, about 3 minutes too long. Oh, the plane coming by now. Where am I, Rome? What? As recognizable and reassuring as your in front door. Pretty much. Oh, I can probably zoom in a bit now. There we go. Wherever my room highlights the refinements that had taken place in Metallica's process. Aside from accidentally predicting their own dominance, what? The Earth becomes my throne wherever my room hailed the band's melodic prowess while still being properly heavy. So I suppose they do really like the song. Even though it's halfway in their ranking. This is top 15 for me, maybe even top 10. I think this is the best song on the Black Album. No question. I don't like the guitar solo, so I suppose that does cloud my judgment a little bit. Hail on Fire, that's one of the best songs on Hardwired. I first was kind of turned off by it because of the verse singing. He was all like, after a lot of listens. It's really good. And it's one of the longer ones. I think it's very close to 7 minutes long. This feels like a song that's kind of overly long in a good way, because it just keeps on like building the tension. That's what an overly long song should do. Not feel like an absolute grind. Looking at you, Invisible Kid. Confusion, that's maybe the worst song on the album to me. Why is it that high? Number 69? Nice. No. This would be very low for me. The way he says my friend of misery in the chorus is not my thing. The solo, it's just generic Kirk Hammett, you know. Just playing around with the blues scale. The intro is really cool though. how it's got the bass with the drums just on the hi-hat. Not the hi-hat. The crash cymbal just going. And how the lead guitar layers over that is really cool. The rest of the song, not so much. No comment. Oh, struggle with it. To me, probably the third best song on the Black Album. That song is really good. A lot of people call it a song that's like really disjointed. I suppose that's because the guitar is kind of going like, which I suppose I can kind of understand. Wait, what? Metallica took their self-titled masterpiece on. Okay. They played it back to front, kicking off with the struggle within, despite being routinely overshadowed by most of its. Yes, it is. Companions on Metallica. It turned out to be a killer lead, heavy opening salvo. Salvo? After recently re-listening to this on a car trip with a CD, yes, I still listen to CDs. Loved it. I was kind of always like, yeah, it's a good album. I listened to it again and I was like, this is nearly as good as the old stuff. That's how much I liked it. To me, this is probably the best song on Justice for All, and you go ahead and put it at 64. Nah, bro. Ending their fourth album with this. Oh, I'll only be reading it if it annoys me, might I point out. Metallica was still dedicated to Thrash's hide? I thought it said lower. Dia's Eve is perhaps the last true threat. How about Through the Never? How about The Struggle Within? How about Spit Out the Bone? And it's one of their best. Why is it a 64? Anyway. It feels incensed. I don't even know what that means. Decrying of parents' religious mania. Oh, is that what it's about? I thought it was just like this out of nowhere kind of song. Get nothing. One of the better songs off Load. Just put high in Dia's Eve. That's the one I listened to and it was like, that might actually become on my top 30 after a couple of re-listens. Drinking Martins. Outlaton? No. Leper Messiah, the worst song on Master of Puppets. Well, every song is great on that album, except for one, which I'm kind of liking, and that's I think that shouldn't be. I'm doing a Master of Puppets song ranking soon, so look out for that. Escape. Decent. Metal Militia? Nope. Motorbreath is great. That's probably like the second or third best song on Kill 'Em All for me. No. Oh. Now that's my second favourite song on Black Album. Actually, a Black Album song ranking too. I have a lot of song rankings I want to do. Mama said, after I listen to the rest of Metallica's stuff again, and maybe 2 songs uploaded this high? Wow. What was I saying? Okay, once I've listened to Metallica's discography a couple more times, maybe 2 more times, I might even do a full song ranking. I saw a guy called Quest for Metal do that. That'd be a good video to do. It'd be very long. I'm probably doing my normal PowerPoint format. Kind of be like, here's the song, here's the album cover. Next, here's the song, here's the album cover. You know, cut each bit to be like 5 seconds. Which, God, that would be a long video if I talked about every single song. 2 by 4, Ooh. Third best song on the album, 45 is actually a pretty good spot for it, I think. Authentic. That's probably about right I put it. That's like top 15 as well. Alright, now what they say. Now we're cooking with the gas. Final track of Hardwired. Oh, might I add, that's a perfect decision. Put it at the end of the album. You could not have put that in the middle of the album. Could have kicked off the album, maybe. Like make it the second song on the album. Putting it at the end though. That could not have been a better choice. Is both the album's most exhilarating moment? Oh, definitely. first time in decades that Metallica have sounded like they might just burst through the speakers and punch you in the face, yes. My one gripe is that, again, 7 minutes? Yep. Final couple minutes are not that strong. Everything else, amazing. Okay, All Night My Long. Why is there more songs from Load this high? Anyway. Oh, the song they did for Mission Impossible too. Hardwired. That's a pretty good spot too. About number 37. I Disappear from the Mission Impossible 2 soundtrack. That's actually a pretty good song. And it's a movie that I believe is extremely overhated. If people call it slow, there's no action. This isn't a movie review, this is a song thing. Mission Impossible 2 is so overhated. Side note, I'm watching the Mission Impossible movies. Good stuff. No. Words to Die. That is a great instrumental. Fun little side story. I went camping like 6 months ago. One of my uncle's friends said this is his favourite Metallica song. We've started talking about it for ages. He chucked it on. Mind blown. I haven't heard that song for like 2 years minus, or maybe like a year. Minus, of course, the time I just mentioned. And those 9 minutes flew by. It feels like it's only like 5, maybe 6. Great stuff. Really? There's so many better ballads. I'm pretty sure they put Fade to Black really high, so that's good. Anesthesia Pulling Teeth, probably about what I'd put it. Ride the Lightning. Jump in the Fire. Harvester of Sorrow. I'm so happy I revisited that song. Like, I first listened to Injustice for All when I was like 13. Then I listened to it again when I was like 14. Maybe 15. I'm so happy I came back to this song because it's amazing. Orion, that should be higher as well. Call Cthulhu. It's a bit repetitive and doesn't need to be 8 minutes long. 8 minutes? Who doesn't say how long it is? The Four Horsemen, that's top 10 for me. Maybe even top 5. I adore Four Horsemen. What did I say? Metallica's first Imperious Epic. Yeah, it's like 7 minutes long. Stark contrast to their former guitarist speed-filled guitar. It's still fast. Mechanics from Megadeth's yes. Debut of Four Horsemen bears clear traces for the Diamond-Headed Sabbath records that the young band had poured over in the recent. No. It's a straight thrash metal song. I like it. What's called classic heavy metal song. More importantly, it was the sound of the entire band getting refined. Yes. Trapped Onto Ice. Eye of the Beholder. No Remorse. Sad but true. Wow. It's probably a hair higher than I'd put it. I could do a top 30 Metallica song sometime. That's a hard list though. Waiting. Still seeing songs from Load. Blackened, that's about where I'd put it. Unforgiven. Oh. I'll say it's the second best ballad they've done behind, I think you know what, Fade to Black. Another song of Death Magnetic? What? Yeah, that's a ballad, isn't it? Don't like that one. That'd probably be top 10 as well, actually. Because I'm just in love with Master of Puppets. Like, so the one song I don't like in that album. And that song is actually still really good, so. Moth and Flame. I take back what I said about Alice Rice. This is my second favourite song of Hardwired. You know what, I should just do a song ranking for every Metallica album. Then, of course, rank every single song. 1. It's a song that I think is just a hair overrated. Again, just like, what song did I say? Hail and Fire, was it? Yes, it was overly long to build the tension. And 1 does that better than any Another one we'll get to soon does it just a little bit better. That middle part, you know the part. Chills every time, and I mean every time. Injustice for all. Again, it's overly long to build the tension, and does that very well. Would the same involve these two? No. The Clash? No. By Firefly? I could kind of understand that. Battery number 10? Wow, that'd be like number 2 and number 3 for me. What do I say? After reinventing an entire genre, Metallica needed to make a huge statement. Oh my god. Did they make a huge statement? So they did. Indisputably, only one of the greatest album openers of all time. Probably the best. Oh, Ace's High opening Power Slave. It's really good too. Battery sounds exactly like the soon-to-be biggest heavy metal band on Earth needed to. Monstrous, unstoppable, ruthlessly precise, and as smart as hell. Sanitarium? Wow. Another one I would not put in my... That's a decision I respect though, because that's a great song. Fade to Black. Oh, that'd be in the top 10 as well. Metallica just have too many good songs, don't they? The thing that should not be. As I've said like 4 times now, I think it's the worst song of Master of Puppets, so that's kind of like... Creeping Death, that'll probably be number 2 behind I Think You Know What. Seek and Destroy? If they put the 4 Horsemen that high, totally understand. That Quest for Metal guy brought up, he put it number 2, and I was like, good choice. Seek and Destroy, again, a little bit overly long. I've said it like 15 times now. Anyway, great song, just probably in the top 40 for me, I don't know. Master of Puppets number 4. That's another decision that people don't like about this. Often cited as greatest heavy metal song of all time, and only Maiden's Hallowed Be Thy Name, oh great song, is one of the only likely challenges. Master of Puppets confirmed that Metallica was smashing all corners and were more than ready to usurp, I don't know what that word means, their heroes and conquer the entire world. It's still a breathtaking piece of music 32 years later. Oh, of course. Ring the Bell Tolls. Oh, that'd be in the top 10 as well. I really did make that list, even though it would literally kill me. The lights. It's a great song, probably wouldn't even be in my top 40. And we come to Damage Inc. This song is just the perfect package of Metallica, pretty much. It's probably my second, third, or fourth favourite song, Master of Puppets, so I can kind of see where they're coming from. Wow, that was a long one, 43 minutes. I hope you like all of today's videos.